said I got to say something, baby, hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic. Cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic.
Do you want a snake oil gummy or not?
I really don't want a snake oil gummy.
Yeah, I'll take a snake oil.
You must spend a fortune in a Holland and Barrett, you. Like, you just
well.
go in and you just like, I'll have one of them, like, the whole way around the shop.
No, it is something I think about sometimes. Where do you draw the line? Like, okay, so you can make an argument. I'll tell you something that I do take, which I am 99% sure is not a sham.
Okay.
It's cod liver oil. I believe, when I was a kid, I told you this, I used to watch my granddad with the cod liver oil, with the tablespoon, just raw. Have I told you that before?
I don't think so. You might have told somebody else on the podcast. It rings a bell, but I don't think I was on the show.
When I was a kid, he had this old, it seemed as though it had come from the 1920s, you know, because the bottle looked that old. And you know the weird thing was, it was always the same bottle. Like my entire childhood memory, it was the same bottle.
You just really made it last.
Yeah, but what he used to do on a morning, so picture the scene, we're talking, these people were born in the 19-teens. Mm-hmm. So you can imagine, like, they're from that generation.
Yeah.
You'd walk downstairs on a morning, there'd be like damp 50-year-old clothes hung up on an old wooden clothes horse in the dining room, you know, drying. She'd have that smell of laundry and a little bit of piss. Do you know what I mean?
Musky, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you'd walk through the kitchen and there'd be this stink of kippers. Like, have you ever smelled fried kippers before?
Yeah. That's a grandparent thing, isn't it? Like,
yeah. Granddad would be stood there, right, in his overalls, basically. He just lived in overalls. Mm-hmm. This is what he wore, and a white vest. And he'd reach to this top cupboard, and there'd be this old, like, faded bottle. And it was like, you know, like them old medicine bottles. They were like bigger than the ones we have now. A big medicine bottle, brown glass.
Yeah.
And it had a faded 7 C's, like, label on it. And he'd get this old rusty tablespoon out of his drawer, right? And it was like a cake spoon, do you know what I mean? And he's called drinking supping. He supped it, and he'd go glug, glug. And, like, I'm sure it had, like, brine in it and, like, a bit of, like fish bumhole, everything. Do you know, like...
Fish bumhole.
It was awful, mate. This, like, goo. And he just... You know, and he just slurp it. And he was always trying to push it onto us. You know, like...
One of these hairs on your chest.
Yeah, we would cry, you know, because we weren't having it. But because I watched him all them years ago taking cod liver oil and smoked pretty much his entire life and lived to his mid-90s, I think to myself, like, hey, that was the only thing he took.
Onto something there.
Yeah, he weren't taking no vitamins, you know, not like that. But I don't think that's a snake oil. Surely it's not. It's the oil of a fish.
Uh-huh.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. But then I always wonder about these little tablets with this stuff in, and you think like, is it just a placebo? Is it the actual thing?
Then you come down the line, right? Then you get your multivitamin, right? Have you ever read the back of a multivitamin before?
No,
right?
Can't say I have.
It is like just a vast list of this, be this, be that, be like everything.
Yeah,
and it's in tablet that big.
Yeah,
I'm like, come on, fam. Like, this isn't Back to the Future. Like, how? Like, have you ever broke one in half? Yeah, like, you expect to open it up and like see all these colours, you know, like all these vitamins. It's just tablet.
Pouring of powder where it's just all the good stuff.
It's just tablet all the way through. So that one, I'm like, I take it, but then you come all the way down, and then you get things like lion mane. Like, what the fuck's a lion mane? Like,
what health benefits does lion's mane give you?
Lion's mane, and it is a mushroom.
Yeah, because this mushroom thing has become quite trendy, hasn't it?
Well, these ones that you're taking are for energy and focus, and it's 4,000 milligrams of lion's mane complex with added vitamin B5 for brain and body berry flavour. So I don't know exactly the benefits behind that, but what does your list look like in the morning? Because currently I have... I mean, not that it's the most interesting thing in the world, but I take finasteride and minoxidil for my hair. Keep my hair strong because I've got... it's an all-in-one tablet. Right. So it's actually biotin, finasteride and minoxidil from Manual. Shout out Manual if you want to be our sponsor. Love you very much. You keep my hair there and I appreciate it. On top of that, I take creatine. And they're literally the only things that I take. And then whenever I see you, Daniel, at the studio, I take whatever remedies you're on the go. But I don't like to think, I can imagine that your list of pills is rather long.
Yeah, it's quite long. It's excessive. Southpaw, just side thing before we sit on. You know when you made this drink, did you take the water out the kettle first?
Yeah, it was fresh water, mate, yeah.
Swear down dead.
Swear down dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hearing about these vitamin things. I was watching on QI. They were talking about them, and apparently, like, because it's such a high dose of something, like your body can't like control, like can't handle it.
So you just piss it out.
You just piss it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, and I believe that's true, to be fair. I don't know, right? I don't know. Yes, I'm taking... See, this is the irony or whatever it is, that word is of me. I've got a multivitamin, Centrum. It's supposed to be all of it. Mm-hmm. But then I'll take a zinc tablet, an iron tablet, a magnesium tablet, B12, the zinc, all these, about another 10 of them.
You're spending like half an hour just whom.
Oh, no, it's not nice, like, is it?
No, I'm a handful guy, so I'm that advanced with tablets now. There'll be this big pile. I just scrape them all into like a cup of my hand, and I just fill my mouth up like this, and I just I'm good at it now. Obviously, I'm from the ecstasy days. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm good at this. So now I'll just swig the water and just gulp, and the whole thing just goes down my...
I'm envisioning like a jar of Skittles or something, and you don't even know what all of them are. You might be taking 3 of the same or something, but you just scoop it in.
Yeah, you would say, if this were it would probably go to, say, a third of the way up, the tablets.
Yeah.
About that many. It's about a palm full. You know what I mean?
And you're doing them all in one scoop.
One scoop. Yeah, one scoop. Sometimes it goes wrong, like, and you have a right nightmare. It gets stuck, and I've known me throw them up a few times.
Yeah.
And you have to start again.
Well, these creatine that I take are quite, like, dry on the outside.
Uh-huh.
And I take one at a time, and they're quite sticky sometimes for me. So how you're taking a handful, mate? I mean,
yeah,
I'm a little bitch over a couple of paracetamol.
Oh no, I'm advanced. If I'm taking a tablet, I can take a tablet without a drink and just swallow it.
Yeah, my cousin's like that.
Yeah, but like I say, we're from a different generation. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Parties were different for us when we were younger.
Yeah,
that was how it was.
I mean, do you think if you just stopped taking all these pills now, you'd just be like, oh, fucked?
I believe I'll be absolutely fine. I'll be absolutely
no different.
And then the Holland and Barrett bill is like reduced by, I don't know, a couple of grand a year. Like,
probably, yeah. I mean, just the other day, I bought, what was it? I think it's a D complex. It's this tablet called a D complex. That's the word 3,000 on it. That's a lot of numbers, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you see 3,000, you think, like, there's loads of that.
That's going to make a difference,
Yeah,
isn't it?
because in the supermarket where they are, there's 1,000, 2,000 and 3,000.
obviously.
Go hard to go home.
It's got the letters UI after it. Whoa, that sounds like clever stuff, doesn't it? You 3,000 UI? Yes, please. Sign me up. Yeah, take my 45 bar. There you go.
Is that what it was?
Oh, God.
Yeah, man, 45 quid.
Just because of the number 3,000.
Yeah. I don't even know what they are, but I take them.
Complex D.
I'm getting 3,000 UIs for 45 bar. What a bargain.
But you know, it just goes back to what we've said in here before, like the conflict of information. Mm-hmm. Like, you can we've all heard them, the reels and stuff that say, oh, that's nonsense, you don't need it, you get it all from your food anyway.
Yeah.
Right? But then you get people who are like, you can't ignore who they are. You'll get like Dr. Huberman. Like, he does doctor stuff for a living and advises people for a living. Man says you need all of these things and you need to be supplementing. Like, fit, healthy, muscular, strong people with no financial, like, dog in the race. Like, they say, take it. Yeah. So, like, where do you stand? Like, what's the right thing to do? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, we all make our own decisions, don't we?
So are you on nada?
I'm on nada.
No bueno.
I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth.
That's it.
Sometimes I don't even do that.
Really? And you're so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and healthy. You never get ill.
Cup of coffee, I'm alright. Yeah.
Very rarely gets ill.
And the irony is that I've been ill for 5 weeks. And I'm taking everything that man can produce.
Yeah.
Johnny's
saunering, steaming. Johnny's getting up, sniffing his own farts and getting on with his day.
I had 2 Mackies in one day the other week. It was horrible, you know.
And he's got zero illness.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah,
we're out here eating whole foods. Like, how does it work, man?
But you know where I see it, right? Just while we're on that topic, right? Okay.
Stop. Hold up. Before we carry on, just a quick word from our sponsor. Do you have a business? Thinking about starting one? Dash, the bespoke web design and branding experts. When you have a business that needs a professional online presence, when your current website is starting to look a little outdated and tired, when you have an idea and want to see it brought to life online, that's where Dash can help. Dash create bespoke websites built around your business and its requirements, from exceptional e-commerce stores to sell your products online, to beautiful brochures showcasing who you are and what you do. The team at Dash will become an extension of your business. You'll be assigned a dedicated team who will help guide and advise from the initial design brief all the way to the website launch. Not only that, Dash provide full aftercare to carry out any changes, alterations or updates quickly and efficiently. It's like having your very own personal web development team 365 days a year. Dash understands that in today's world, the right online image, exposure and representation is the key to success. Book in a free, no obligation consultation with one of their experts today to see how Dash can make your online vision an online reality. Just visit www.dashmedia.co.uk or search Dash Media on Google to find out more. Dash, the bespoke website and branding experts.
The way I see it is this, right? In a given day, like if I look at my diet, I'm sure I'm missing something. There's something I won't be having in a given day. So do you know what? If I have to spend £5,000 a year, right?
Just to cover the bases.
And take it all and piss 95% out of it, I'll take that 5%. I'll take that I must be not deficient on anything because I'm taking everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way I'm playing it. I know, I'm not taking it all.
Is it not like a constant of being over efficient in everything?
In too good of shape. Yeah, just too
Like
healthy.
If you take too much iron, does that not like fuck you up in some way or something like that?
I'm sure it does. Yeah, I'm sure it does.
I think the only thing I worry about with these things, like once you start taking something, your body then gets used to it.
This is true.
And then begins to sort of not need it to some sort, but then you're only going to have to increase your dose, so you're only going to have to feel the benefits of whatever benefit you felt in the start. So say if you start taking magnesium and you're sleeping better, then you're going to start taking more magnesium, and then you get to a point where, fuck, I can't sleep now without magnesium.
And more to the point, like not just that side of it, like your mind side of it. If you've got an obsessive personality, which I might have a
tiny bit of.
Yeah, some would say massive.
It just plays on your mind. Like if you don't have, I've known me run out of a tablet, right? Obviously, when you're trying to maintain and manage like 25 different tablets, they're all running out at different times. You're constantly in a cycle of ordering this, ordering that. Like every day, I'll order something just about, or every other day, one of the things that's running low or run out of, or like I have a system. Obviously, when you first woke up, you can't be asked to go online and do it. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's a I'll do it later thing. So what happens is I have a cupboard with all my stuff in. When something's getting low, that then moves from the cupboard and lives on the kitchen table for a while whilst it's at its bottom. So I keep passing it and it's a pointer. You know what I mean? I have to do that, I have to do that. Do you know what I mean? I do it in the shower.
That's smart.
Like when my shampoo's running low, it lives outside the shower for a while.
I like that.
Until I prompt
That's actually a smart bit of advice. That's
It is,
It's what I'm providing for you, lads.
Place it outside of its usual home.
Yeah,
And then
it's a prompt.
It's a prompt.
It's a prompt.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the way it is.
So what's on the kitchen table at the minute?
Some nitric oxide tablets.
Nitric oxide.
All right, what is nitric oxide?
Yeah,
Nitric.
I swear that's a laughing gas one.
Nah.
I think I fought nitric oxide in Crash Bandicoot once.
Jamie could look into that. So nitric oxide is actually quite good for men. It's like it helps. I think Jamie's just texting Sheffield for now.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, we'll just hold
It's not in it anymore.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we'll do the intro while he just texts his missus.
Yeah.
So are we rolling, Southpaw?
We are rolling.
We are rolling. Welcome back, everybody. This is People Like Us. If you haven't been listening, we're talking all about supplementation, vitamins and that. Southpaw's texting his missus. So what does nitric oxide do, Southpaw?
Well,
You'd have to Google that,
I know what nitrous oxide does. That's the stuff that makes you laugh. You do it in balloons. It's
okay, different
entertaining.
substance.
But we're talking about
different thing altogether.
I also know what carbon monoxide is. So let's have a look at nitric oxide.
Nitric oxide.
Yeah, with a C. Nitric oxide.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah. Just tell Sheffield you're just working and you.
Yeah, I'm busy at the minute. She knows that.
So what does it do? What are the benefits of nitric oxide? Not the supplements. We know they sell them. So the benefits are nitric oxide supplements may help with a number of health issues, including heart health, blood pressure, and erectile dysfunction. Gentlemen out there. There's the one we're all interested in. Nitric oxide supplements may help treat. So it's just saying it does that. So that's good enough for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good enough for
That
me.
all sounds like good stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does
Oh,
sound good.
side effects. There we go. What we're saying.
No,
They
nonsense.
may also worsen certain health conditions and interfere with certain medicines.
Yeah, I think on the whole, it looks like quite a brain health,
You're weighing up the
arthritis,
positives
diabetes.
versus the negatives.
Yeah. You feel, I don't know. I just feel a little bit more, I took it for a gym supplement. That's where it started. Just, some healthy guy said take
it looks
creatine and
quite
nitric oxide.
expensive though.
Yeah, it's dear dues. It's dear dues. It's I don't. To be honest, I've been taking it that long. I haven't got a clue what it's doing anymore. No idea. It's just part of my routine.
You ever think to just start to take some of them away?
Well,
stop
I
getting
did.
one of them?
I do for a while, and then
See
I
how you
realise
feel.
I haven't taken that for a while, and I feel shit. So let's take it back.
Yeah.
It's all snake oil, isn't it? Let's be honest. I remember a time when I was a kid, like you say, my diet was chips and beans. That's all I lived on. I never ate fruit, never ate vegetables, and I was unstoppable. I was made of rubber. I just bounced off everything. Never ill, never
The
sad,
old
never anything.
chips and beans diet.
Yeah, that was how it was. Chips, beans, the odd.
Well, that's growing up when any sort of food like that, carbohydrates, is going to benefit your overall system. Surely, we're getting older now, and that's the thing, And all these little supplements, anything that can help you along the way, you're going to take. Would you say there's one supplement from all of these wide range that you take? Do you say the one that stands out above them all or not?
Do you know what? I often thought of this. I have actually thought of this. If I could just keep one of them, what would it be? And it's a boring answer. It's not. I haven't got a funny answer. It would be Centrum multivitamin. It's the more sensible one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, why not? It's meant to be.
Multivitamin.
They
So it's effectively a 9-in-1 or something like that.
Yeah, they make it as this is the only tablet you need. Centrum. Yeah, that's what I would take. One multi. It doesn't have to be Centrum. They rip your eyes out. They want about £7 for a tub. You can get Sainsbury's on.
Yeah.
£2. As long as it says multivitamin on it, that's what I would advise. All the rest are all just bells and whistles, aren't there? Creatine. There's new sort of stuff coming out about it that it's not just for your muscles and that. It's meant to be good for your brain as well. That's like a new thing that they're putting on it. It's good for your cognitive function and that.
Yeah.
But we are in a time where that's again becoming trendy in it.
It's very advantageous for supplement suppliers at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. Do you know what the best thing is for you, mate? Water. Just drink 3 litres of water a day. That'll sort you out. Get 8 hours sleep and drink 3 litres of water. You're pretty much good to go.
You're going to be all right.
That's where you are, really.
Yeah.
Go for a walk every day.
I
You
might
don't-
start taking those Centrum though. I don't take any of them. That sounds good. Multivids. Sounds
Go, I
good.
mean, yeah. So we know you roll Southport. It'll be the multivitamin, won't it? It won't be the Centrum, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
Sainsbury's own. I'm fine
Obviously,
with
yeah. Well, and do you know what the truth is? It's the same thing. It's just got a fancy box.
that. Oh yeah, I
You
know
know.
that. Mate.
Well, I'm a believer in that though, because I think that as long as you perceive it as being better quality than if you perceive the Centrum better than Sainsbury's, it's going to do you more good. I think.
And mine has the word sport on it.
Ooh, fuck.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
As soon as that has a number 3,000 on it.
Yeah,
3,000
I know.
UI,
yeah.
sir.
thank God he didn't say 3,000 UI. He'd be
Yeah.
paying 150 bar for it.
Yeah. Multivitamin. I can't
That's
see
the
what's
one
wrong
you
with that.
keep. Yeah.
Well, maybe the 7 Cs. Maybe the old
Seven
granddad.
Oh,
Codling
yeah,
Roll.
Codling Roll.
granddad, nostalgic.
No school like the old school.
No, that's the one. So anyway, we are rolling. As we said, this is People Like Us. Thank you for watching. PLU. I've been calling it PPL.
PPL.
I did get that off you once, and I was like,
Yeah,
people-
I always refer to it as PPL.
It's
but
PLU.
It's PLU. Is what
I
it
do
says.
PLU reels when I'm editing my reels. I'll go.
Is
I'll
there
create
any
a
reason,
library.
Self? Well, sorry to interrupt. Why I tell he's on the piss.
Is it on the piss?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think it's it's level, but I think it's just pointing slightly to you. This is where I touch it and then it falls off.
Yeah, it's going to happen one day. It's bang on that, mate.
Bang on, yeah.
Bang on.
Well played,
we
Joe.
have some exciting news, and I know we've had some false alarms about this before, but we are moving studios, ladies and gentlemen.
Very exciting time.
Yeah.
Sticks and
We
going
have signed
somewhere else.
documents, sir.
Oh no,
We have signed
have we
documents, sir.
signed?
We have signed
Wow.
documents.
Exciting times.
We have signed documents, ladies and gentlemen. So, in the not too distant future, all of this is going to look different. Very, very different. We're going for a completely different look. The Magic Eye wood panels are out.
Yeah.
And something we mentioned a long time ago, Dan Walls is in.
Dan Walls is involved, and we are meeting with him later on today to go and take him up to this new studio.
Yeah, and
so it's exciting. And once he gets his eye on it, you know, I mean, if anybody watching, if any of our viewers have any ideas on a direction, because we're still not fully there, are we? We've got some ideas, but we haven't got a clear route. So if anybody has any cool ideas for what you think we should put on the walls, or any ideas that you'd like to see on the walls, let us know. Leave a comment, because I think that could be interesting, getting our viewers involved in that.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
Draw some pictures.
Yeah, draw us a picture of you or something you like. And
point us in the direction of a podcast that you like the look of.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
But yeah, exciting times to come, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll tell you, because you know how I live, pretty much every other week I do something stupid.
Uh-huh.
So I did something stupid. Now, and this wasn't a spur of the moment type thing. Okay, it was a moment in time. Let's just say there's this guy. Anyone who's from Darlington will know this guy. He's a little guy, and he's like a beggar man, right?
Yeah.
He's been around for years. He wears the same blue coat, the same black hat, and he walks around and he asks people if you've got any spare change.
He's
right?
A local Darlow hero.
Yeah, local Darlow hero. And he's very upfront. He's very direct, right? He doesn't like sheep away every single person he asks.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen him walking towards me. Funnily enough, it was at Sainsbury's local again. Seems to be where my things seem to happen.
Everything goes well for you when you're heading.
And I was
in there.
walking down, and I just got off the phone to somebody. You know, like when you're in like a jokey, laughing mood, right? So I'd got out and I'd said bye to someone because I was in the car. I got out and I was like still smiling, thinking, "An idiot." And I was, for some reason, I was just feeling jokey. And I seen him ask somebody. So again, it's pretty much the same space where I parked last time. There's this 50 yards for me at Sainsbury's. And I just, like, I don't know how I thought of it, right? This time it was busy. There was loads of people there,
Oh,
right?
what are you doing?
And I didn't, that factor didn't seem like an obstacle, because I saw this as just been a breezy, like, straight past.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the guy approaches me, and I've got in my head that I'm going to pretend to be deaf. Right?
Of course you have.
Because do you know what I actually thought? I actually thought of the podcast at that stage. I actually thought this will be a funny story for the podcast, right? But so he walks up to me, right? So I wipe my smile off my face. So because obviously you imagine deaf people to be quite sad for the most part.
Okay,
Do you know
can't be
what I mean?
laughing about nothing.
No, but I don't imagine they're as happy as you, Johnny.
Yeah, we can say what we like about them. They don't know what we're saying.
Exactly,
All right,
yeah. No offense. We don't have a lot of deaf listeners, I don't think.
Can't imagine.
Which is, you know.
Nobody does. It's fine. You know?
No.
We don't take it personally.
No, and if you are listening, there we go. So
Fuck knows what you just said to them there.
that's what I'm saying. So only they will know. So the guy walks past me, and on cue, "You got your spare change, mate?" And I give it one of them, not a long one. I didn't overdo it. I give it a one of them, and he just walked past me. And I grinned to myself because I thought, you're funny, you Dan. And then I felt an arm on my shoulder, like on my side, and I turned, and it was a lady, and she went, "Are you all right?" Like that to me, and right, so right.
Did she know how to sign?
No.
Oh, thank God.
What is a man to do, right, at this stage? Does one come clean? Does one...
Hang on. I'm still confused. I missed I did a one of them. What's one of them?
That's because you're texting your missus cell
No.
phone.
I was like looking at the audio. What was the one of them?
It was a...
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to move the mouth.
Yeah.
You can't just do this, because that's fake death. Real death.
So you got woman, hand on the shoulder, all concerned, looking at you. What you saying?
gentle. She was gentle. She didn't drag me round. Do you know what I mean?
What's wrong with you?
She just, and it wasn't here, because there's some etiquette, isn't there? Upper arm you're not allowed. It's lower arm you're allowed. I learned that through being an employer.
I didn't know that.
If I
was a
touch
thing.
you at the top of the arm, that's sexual harassment. If I touch you on this part of your arm, it's cool.
No way.
It's all part of being an employer,
That's
mate.
interesting.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
can't
know
be
that.
touching people up here, especially ladies.
What about when Reese touches my ass?
Reese is a law unto himself. I mean, you know, Reese gets his, you know, exposes himself at work, and there's women there. It's just a day in the life, you know. It's look, you think I'm joking? I've seen it. You won't believe what I've seen in the early days before you were there. I've seen a. Have you ever seen a naked pitch?
I've heard a lot of stories, man.
Reese,
a naked pitch.
Reese had, you know, he has that Thor glove on.
Yeah,
Reese had a Thor glove on.
the Infinity Gauntlet from Endgame.
Yeah,
that.
he was holding an iPad with his Thor hand, and he was on the phone to a bank, right, sorting out our business banking. And granted, there was no females in the room, but there was a couple of males. Reese was wearing nothing but a pair of socks, and I might add he was a bit overweight then. He won't mind me saying. And he walked up and down the room, completely naked, talking to Barclays Bank. Yeah, so that's where we're at. So, you know.
I remember when I started at Dash, the Infinity Gauntlet was there, and at one point I put it on, and then a little while afterwards you took us to the side. I'm like, Johnny, just go and wash your hands, mate.
Yeah.
Go on, don't pick that up
because
again.
there was times it was used to, you know, cover up, let's say.
Yeah,
I'm sure
the part where I picked up the gauntlet and went, oh, it's bigger than me face.
Yeah, that's
Not bad.
Yeah, don't do that.
I didn't really do that.
No, don't touch that. Yeah, so long story short, it hasn't got a big crescendo at the end, but when you've just pretended to be deaf and not checked your surroundings, and then a very nice lady, purely concerned that this man, because everybody knows who he is, this lady knows who he is, he's an asshole. Like, he obviously didn't to me because I'm bigger than him and I'm a male, but I've seen him before, like, over pester. And I've seen people in the past like kick off, all the men saying, "Here, you, fuck off." Do you know, like, because he hassles people, like
too aggressive about it.
Yeah, and he doesn't leave people alone. And obviously, all this poor lady's seen is, you know,
you try your best to do some sign language.
Like, anyway,
She's just saying poor old deaf Dan.
yeah, and she's touched my arm and said, like, "Are you okay?" And she did it like
phonetically to try and so you could lip read.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you okay? It was like that. I like how your lips moved with it there as well. That was good, that. And that's kind of what I did back to her.
It's infectious. I didn't even know I did it, but I did it.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
That's what happened. So let me ask you, what would you do at this point?
Well, you've got two options. I mean, you can either...
So I'm asking, okay, you would never do this, Johnny, because you're a sensible, normal human being who has morals.
I'd double down, you know. I fucking would.
So you'd carry it on?
No, I wouldn't. I would just be like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. And then I would just pretend that what she's seen wasn't what you've seen and try and convince her, no.
Yeah.
What did you think you saw? You thought I was doing
delusion.
sign language. No.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, because she could have been mistaken.
Yeah.
She was behind. I might have did it at an angle. But what would you do, Southpaw?
So Johnny's turning his own delusion into her delusion. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah, I'd convince her she was the fucking crazy one.
Yeah,
Like,
right, okay.
I'm fine, me. You're all right.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, first of all,
Don't go there. You've done it.
All right, I've already sign language to a homeless man who's just asked me for change.
A very nasty, aggressive, well-known bastard of a homeless man, I might say. And you know what the thing is, I've heard? He's not homeless. It's just his job. That's what people say.
Oh, yeah, you hear that all the time.
He's
yeah.
like known through the social medias. We have a page called, like, You Know You're From Darlow. I think he's made many appearances.
What
on this page.
does he look like?
About 5'2".
Yeah.
He's the same,
Overweight?
no, skinny as you like. He wears 8 stone wet through. He's got a blue, navy blue coat on.
Like
always
Paddington
wore
Bear.
it. Too long, too big for him. And he wears it right
Paddington
up.
Bear.
He wears a scarf. Sometimes it's over his face, but he has a scarf up here. I
think Paddington Bear wears a scarf.
A black woolen hat over his eyebrows. So all you ever see is the middle bit. He's got black hair, a little bit of facial hair, and he's got like a little voice that suits him. Got any spare change? Like, that's it. And then, like, he's never hassled me, because obviously I'm the wrong guy to hassle.
Yeah.
But I've seen him like going up the street, like not leaving someone alone. Anyway, so back to the story. What would you do?
What would you do?
You've done this. You've made the mistake, which it was a mistake. What would you do? Do you style it out, or do you continue your, your evil?
So I would look. This is just little old lady I'm speaking to now.
I say a little old lady. She's like 50,
Just say
young enough to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, she's sound then. She knows the dance, and I appreciate her coming over. So I'm just like, thanks, love, but I know what he's like. So I just styled it out, didn't I?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you'd actually openly admit that
I'd openly admit.
You just imitated a deaf person.
Yeah,
to the
imitated a
full
deaf
limit.
person.
That's quite bad, you know.
Do you think?
I don't think it's cool.
She'd probably give you a right talking to afterwards, saying you shouldn't make fun
No.
of deaf people and that. So like,
Oh yeah,
that's why I would convince her that
daughter's
she's seen
deaf.
something else.
Her daughter will be deaf, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
thing is, though, like we all like in a way, not many people like imitate deaf people, but like we all imitate blind people at some point. Like you all close your eyes.
But like we're not doing it to like pretend to be a blind person.
Well, what else are you pretending to be?
Oh, I'm just closing my eyes because I want to close my eyes.
No, not sleep. Like someone says, right, like it's going to give you something. Close your eyes. Like that's you kind of imitate.
Yeah, but
a
you're
deaf
not.
per- a
Yeah,
blind
I wouldn't
person.
say. I wouldn't say you're imitating a deaf person. If
blind.
you're walking around with a stick and you're like closing your eyes, yeah, then you're imitating a deaf person.
I guess so. So what you're saying is basically you would play dumb, like what you're on about. You didn't see that. That's where you'd go.
Yeah,
but you talk.
yeah.
You talk
I
because
talk.
deaf people can talk too. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Early
Don't
deaf.
do the imitation.
I wasn't good. What imitation's that, Johnny?
I wouldn't know, mate. Doesn't matter. But
How do deaf people talk?
because they can't hear themselves back, so they struggle with it, don't they?
Do they?
It's like, yeah.
In what way?
Yeah. I'm not. I know what you're trying to do, mate. Stop it. Let's move on.
What we're trying to do? I don't get it. Anyway, so what you would do is you literally Southpaw. You'd own up and say, "Listen, I just pretended to be a deaf guy."
Yeah, I mean, I'd openly admit. I'd just be like, "Yeah, thank you for checking in, but I'm fine. I just know what he's like. I know he's a nightmare because you at that point knew what he was like. So I can get why you did it, but I mean, I would never find myself in a place where I'd actually sat language to a deaf person. I mean, to a homeless person. Sorry, I
Yeah.
just wouldn't have done it, mate. Yeah,
No.
I mean, look at the size of you compared to him. I said, not today, mate.
Yeah.
I'd have just said, "Oh, sorry, I've got no chair." That's my line because I have that. I used to have that all the time in Manchester when I was at uni there.
I'd
I'd
pretend to be a deaf person.
No, I'd just be like, "Sorry, I've got no change, mate." That would always be a line. And then it got to the point where a couple of them started getting card machines, and then you were fucked.
Shut up, man. They had
Card
card
machines.
machines.
Yeah, some of
What's
them
happened
had
there?
it in Manchester, like just the contactless pay points,
Wow.
and then you were fucked because you're like, "Oh, all right, yeah."
Well, just to wind back on that person before we get into the rest of this story, to my understanding, as somebody who's had card machines, to get a card machine, you've got to have a business that's limited first, or be registered as a business as a sole trader. In order to do that, you have to have a residence, preferably a mortgage, that sort of thing. You have to have some kind of background. So if man's walking around a city centre with a card machine, you're pretty sure he's not homeless. Because it wouldn't work.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Even them little ones, the little square ones, you have to.
Yeah. You've got to. You can't. They're not just giving it to any Tom, Dick, and Harry. You can't put address YMCA. Like that's not going
Right.
to work. No. You've got to have something. Like
Oh, that makes
you got to have
sense.
a home address.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
you're
to
using
be
somebody
fair.
else's, I don't know, but I can't see it anyway because I've got to do checks. You know what I mean? Like you can't just give someone else's address, then they'll take your ID, check you on the council tax register. Like there's a bit of like, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of
yeah.
something.
There's
It's-
no version of that where I would stop and get my card out for no way.
I'd laugh.
And that is really fucked up if you think about it, because there are people out there who are homeless, and I'm not going all deep and sad on it, but it's fucking freezing at the minute. I honestly couldn't dream of it. I
And
couldn't,
there are options available to them, you know.
Yeah.
There are like.
are there?
Oh yeah, there is. A lot of them don't want them. They don't want to know.
The
That's
thing
the
is,
thing.
from my understanding, right, some of these places, you get like, you're not allowed to like, the ones I've heard, like, you're not allowed to do like drink and drugs sort of thing in them. And I think you get tested. I think like the alcohol test you and drug test you before you come in. Like that's the deal. Yes, you can sleep here, but you can't come in off it sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not speaking for them all, obviously. I'm just speaking for one that I'm aware of that's in Darlington. And there is a testing procedure. So if they're not willing to not be sober, they would rather sleep outside and be off it.
Yeah.
And that's just a sad truth. It's addiction, mate. For the most part, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but 95% of people you see on the streets, it's some kind of substance abuse problem. That's the root of it, in my opinion. Not everybody, but you'll probably find those that aren't are probably in the homeless shelters being fed, watered and housed. That's probably the way you'll see it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a homeless person asking for change that didn't seem under the influence of something? Because I don't think I have. Except the ones with the dogs, they're great, them, aren't they?
Oh,
That's
that makes us sad.
That's the best hook. That you've got to get a dog. Listen, any advice, right, for you homeless people out there? I'm telling you, best investment you'll made. Get outside Sainsbury's, rack up your first 40 bar, go and buy a puppy of somebody. Someone will sell you a puppy for 40 quid. Whack it on your knee. Jobs are good, and you are going to double. Mint business model. You are going to double up every day. Rock that out for 30 days, mate. You are laughing, mate. You can buy a chemist. You know what I mean? Job's done. I'm telling you. But anyway, don't know how we ended up there, but yeah, homeless people.
Yeah.
Oh, sad in that.
Well, we need to come back to the story, Dan. What did you do?
Well, you know what I did.
Yeah,
I think it goes without saying. Obviously, I'm too deep at this stage.
You doubled down.
So yeah, because at this stage, I thought where I was at this stage, I was outside the door of Sainsbury's.
Uh-huh.
I had done my, iguana type thing, checked my periphery. There was nobody else there. This woman, during this second, she wasn't going in the shop. She was walking up the street. So she touched my arm and turned round back. So my brain quickly calculated, you're going to keep walking, right? I'm going to do my little thing, my sign, and then I'm going to pop in Sainsbury's. And I did it. I smiled and looked humble and give her a sign. I won't do it again, but I give her a sign, and she smiled at me like that and turned off, and off she walked. And I turned round to walk in Sainsbury's, and the guy that knows me by name, the security guard, who I say hello to every day, he stood in the doorway. He's an Indian gentleman, and he just stood. He's watched everything. He's just looking at me. And I walk past him and say, all right. And he says, all right. And that's it. That's the end of the story.
You're not saying good morning to him anymore.
Yeah, he knows what you saw. And I know he knows what you saw.
They're going to say,
you should have
your phone rang and you went, you're right, keys, and that woman still stood looking at you.
Yeah, no. I did try to keep my words limited because she wasn't too far away. She's only a few steps up. So it was just like, all right. That's it. Just pretend it never happened.
You should have just went, yeah, I know sign language.
Obviously,
and what?
Obviously, in hindsight, I regret it. Obviously.
My favourite thing is that you're recognisable as fuck. So she could see you anytime, just having a conversation with a cashier or whatever,
Fam, she might be from my church. She might know me by name. Do you know what I mean? And she might tell all the church what I did.
Oh, that's brilliant, mate.
Yeah, but I regret it.
It's such a shame that she didn't know sign language, though.
That would have been brutal.
If she turned around and started signing to you, it would just be fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, that could have went really wrong, couldn't it? Yeah. But
it's weird how their moments come up, though, like those kind of things where just on a whim, you just decide, oh, I'm going to do this thing just for laughs.
Yeah.
And then it goes from, just gets derailed like that.
I honestly didn't see how that could be any more than the interaction. Even, look, I believe that guy's asked me for change before. I believe he knows I'm not deaf, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, but he doesn't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But he's asked me for change, over the years, probably dozens of times. And dozens of times I've said I don't have any change, mate. I'm not nasty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell fuck off. I'm not, no, mate, I haven't got no change, mate. Because who carries change? When was the last time you've seen change?
That's why I'm not surprised by the card machine, because they fucked up now, because nobody's handing out 20p's and that. I haven't seen a 20 pence piece in ages.
No, shouldn't they be saying can I have a tenner, mate?
Yeah.
Not
I
change.
feel inconvenienced when someone hands us cash, to be honest. It's annoying as fuck.
What do you do with it?
Yeah.
But,
once you break into a tenner and you've got like you say a shrapnel, just 20p's and 50p's and that, it's annoying. Don't want to be carrying that around.
You use change, Southpaw?
I always have change in my car, just for parking, but that's the only time you'll see me with change. Because it's as you say, it's just annoying. If I have cash, it goes nowhere. It only goes on bandits or booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you're ever paying for anything with change, it's really awkward when you're counting out your pennies and that. You just want to go, don't you?
I like going on a night out and having cash.
Well,
that's a safety thing.
It's a safety thing, isn't it? If your phone dies or you lose your card or something, you've got some cash there. I like having a bit of cash.
I was thinking safety more on the if I go out with 50 quid, I know I'm just going to spend that 50 quid.
Oh yeah.
That's a way. But then what happens if you run out of money?
Well, then
just cash machine, and then you're in a dangerous fucking world.
Yeah. I tell you, speaking about things that annoy you, I tell you, this must be a new law or rule or something. When is it? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. When did it become a thing that we have to stop for people wanting to cross the road. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I have.
But it's a new thing. Yeah, when did
doesn't matter what crossing, like whether it's a zebra crossing or not. I think if a pedestrian is on the road, they have right of way now, don't they? Like,
what? Yeah. So I found this out the hard way. I thought I was entering some kind of like Twilight Zone, because for what seemed like a year, I was getting a lot of abuse from people, and I was thinking like I probably need to stop driving, because it was always like near my house. Like near my house is this old people's home, right? No, my old house. I don't live there now, but there used to be this like crossing, and like a lot of people came out the old people's home, whether it be carers or elderly people visiting people and stuff like this. And as you know, as a rule, elderly people are a little bit more pedantic, if that's the word. They're a bit more, they're up for a chew, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? They've got now going on, do you know what I mean? Songs of praises and not until 6. So like they ain't got shit going on.
Yeah.
So I remember like a few times and different people, me driving like down the road slowly and somebody just walking out in front of me and me like slamming the anchors on and like
What
going
the
like
fuck
that to
you
him.
doing?
Like obviously I'm not a beeper. So I'm not going to scare him. So I'd be like, and he'd look at me and I'd be like, what the fuck? and he would just go like, and he'd say like, they'd say something back, or sometimes they'd just look at me and scowl. And like, I'm thinking like, am I in some kind of Twilight Zone? Like, is this happening to other people? And then one day I was with somebody in the car and they were like, yeah, you have to give way to them now. And I'm like, no, you don't. And they're like, no, you do.
Yeah.
It's changed. Like, you now have to stop for somebody crossing the road. And I thought to myself, like, hang on a minute, right? That's not how wildlife works. That's not how the circle of life works.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like if you're walking through a wood, right?
Yeah.
And like you see a bear, that bear isn't gonna like not get you. That bear's not gonna stop while you get out of the way. It's gonna get you.
Yeah.
Like the circle of life is the bigger, scary, heavy thing takes priority over you. That's how it works. That's how nature works.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
God
In the
or
animal
whatever you
kingdom, I
believe
guess,
in,
yeah.
sorted this out years ago. It's all been sorted, right? We don't have to like change it. Like there's a pecking order.
Yeah.
And when did it become even like a good idea to bring that into play? Like, isn't it safer to say to people, like, this is the crack, right? That's 2 ton of metal hurtling towards you at 35 miles an hour. You stand there until there is none of these big 2 tons coming down the road,
And
playing
then you
music
cross.
on the phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that was the way it was at first. And you know what? For the most part, it worked, right? You stay there, let metal thing go past, then you cross. What was wrong with that way? What happened to this new thing where it's like, no, you can just walk out. Don't
Yeah.
worry, they'll stop.
Does that effectively make zebra crossings just irrelevant now? Say,
Oh, mate, if you're making zebra crossings as a business, mate, you out of business now.
Yeah.
Like,
what's the point? Yeah.
yeah, it's like, yeah.
I just don't get why you can't just stick to the red light and green light. Like that's just always worked.
No, fam, like, this isn't about lights and shit. This is just like any pavement.
No, I know, mate. This is crazy. But as you
Yeah,
say,
that's what it says there. Point 3 down there. Priority for pedestrians crossing. Drivers must give way to pedestrians who start crossing the road. That's not like saying at a junction or anything like that. That's just saying like.
I mean,
well,
just look
I
at that picture.
saw this weirdly enough, and it was a lad that I know. He was literally walking as you come out of Darlington and you take that little roundabout towards Yarn Road. This lad was just walking that I know him. I'm not going to shout his name out, but he's a bit of a divvy. And he was just walking down Yarn Road in the centre of the road, like crossing over, like, you know, like diagonally. He was just like, and then everyone was stopping. I was like, what is it, what are you doing? And obviously I didn't shout him because I know him, but I was like, that was weird. He looked like he just looked so calm in the centre of the road, but I guess that is now with this new law. But as you say, this sort of code has been set many years ago, and there is a reason why you see on safaris in Africa the drivers reversing if an elephant is coming their way. You know, like the bigger thing takes priority. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't agree with that, and I'm surprised to hear the rule. To be honest,
Yeah, I like the American way. To be honest, the no jaywalking. It just makes everything a lot more like when you're driving, you can drive with confidence, and when no one's going to run out on the road because it's like. It's not going to happen.
I still don't understand that rule. What exactly is jaywalking?
Well, that's like you can't cross a road. Like you have to go to a junction. If you're not on a zebra crossing, you do not cross that road.
yeah.
By law, you are not allowed to cross any road at any time unless you're on a specified crossing bit.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's a right chew, though, innit? Imagine if you're in the street and your mate's over there. Oh, wait, mate, we're going. And you're like, hang on, I'll just go 5 miles down here across the road.
Yeah.
Like, you're not doing it, are you?
You want a lot.
No, you are, because it's illegal. Like, no, the only place I've ever experienced this was New York. And when you're there, there's roads and there's crossings left, right, and centre. They're all over. Like,
And then the flip side of that is if that wasn't the case, could you imagine if pedestrians could just cross the road anywhere? You trying to drive in New York? It'd be fucking horrible.
yeah,
yeah.
it'd be dangerous. It would affect a lot of lives, I think.
Huh. Do you think we should have it in this country?
No.
No.
Why then? If it works over
Well, yes, but I liked it the way it was. That was fine.
I think we sussed it.
Yeah.
That was fine.
I don't understand why they've introduced this new rule. It's like it was fine the way it was.
Would you bet? Like, we haven't got the stats and we won't look for them, but just as a bet, and anybody listening, would you all agree with me in saying that if you looked at the stats for just not everything else, just humans being hit by cars, would you believe that the numbers were probably higher after that got introduced or lower?
Well, because the pedestrians are going to walk out assuming all the drivers know this new rule, and then just get mowed down.
Mate, I mean, it took me. I don't know when it was introduced. I only found out this year. Do you know what I mean? That it's a thing.
To be honest, it wasn't very well advertised or anything. I can remember when I found out about it, it was just through some like random guy ranting on a Facebook post about it.
Right.
So that was all, but I can't remember like a big DVLA announcement or anything like that to say this is the way things are now.
Yeah, it should have been on bus stops and shit, right?
Yeah.
To make us aware.
29th of January 2022, this law was introduced.
2022.
I've been nearly more
So
people
nearly
over 3 years.
coming up 3 years, and I've only just heard of this. But the government wouldn't put that on billboards. Like, people can now walk across roads. Like, that would just be seen as like, what is the government doing? You know what I mean? So I don't think they could introduce something like that. It's just something.
Yeah, but if they wanted to like, why make it a thing at all? If they don't feel good about it, if they're like, we can't advertise this because it's a fucking bad thing.
It's stupid.
Just don't write the law.
Yeah. But quick question: since I've been made aware of this law, I have never once stopped to let somebody over the road. And do you know what? For the most part, people have just took no notice. And do you know what they do? They wait for the car to go past. Yeah. Like we used to. I don't think it's going to catch on.
No.
Like, can I ask you now, have you ever stopped for a pedestrian trying to cross the road, just in the middle of the road?
If they're in the middle of the road, I haven't sped up unless they're ginger like me, and then I'm like, all right, okay, I'll do you a favour, mate.
No. I'm saying, have you been in a situation where somebody is stood on the curb, you are driving down a public highway, and that's come to your head, and you've won, I have to stop to let this person cross the road. Have you ever done it?
Never.
Never. No. Do you see yourself doing it?
No.
And also, if I was stood at the edge of a road, I still wouldn't just walk out. Even though this rule, I wouldn't. I'd probably just let the car pass.
Yeah. And I bet you these MPs who introduced this rule wouldn't say, "Come on, kids, let's just cross the road." It doesn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Come on,
the bus
kids.
will stop.
They're walking there with little Thomas and little Lucy. Come on, come on. It's absolutely fine.
The little Heidi's on
now.
You don't ever worry about these 2-ton metal machines. They're going to be fine. Like,
they stop for us. They know to.
That is blowing my mind. That like I don't understand it.
Like, I try and wind it back and think, okay. So things like this come in place for a reason. Mm-hmm. So like, I'm still struggling to work out what the motive is. Like, so where's the win then? Like, okay, I don't agree with it, but somebody somewhere in a suit that has a degree, right, and probably fiddle kids, had an idea that this was the right thing to do because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
What was the X, Y, and Z?
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. It's obviously some kind of like they've thought, this will make the road safer. I don't understand how that makes the road safer. Though.
Yeah, like I'm trying to be open-minded now. Okay, I'm long in the tooth. I'm just used to my old way. So change is good sometimes. Okay, so let's say I need to learn because this is right. This is good for people. But my brain can't give me the answer. It can't tell me what benefit we're getting out of this. For who? Who wins? Is it a thing that they're trying to promote? The only thing my brain can think of is it's a psychological thing, programming people that people who are pedestrians have a higher rank and therefore preventing people from driving to save the environment. Maybe? Is that where they're going with it?
Well, it says on here it's aimed to improve road safety for pedestrians, cyclists, and horse riders.
Right.
And I don't know.
I think it came into effect around the same time that cyclist rule came in. You know, where you have to be like fucking like miles out the roads away from them because you need to give them a fuck ton of space now as well.
But I mean, we've said this before, but cyclists, man, like
fuck cyclists. So.
You know, I try and be fair, but like they just, do you know what? It's like they're looking to pick a fight, cyclists. Like they've set out on that bike thinking, I'm going to go out here and as soon as the car's too close to me, or I think it is I'm looking to have an argument with the amount of cyclists that have ridden past my car and went bang and hit me on the side. Like they're aggressive, mate. They're thugs. Thugs. That's what they are. They're looking to pick a fight and you're one of them.
No. Me and my father ride side by side. We are two abreast and all is well. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's the worst kind as well.
The two abreast.
Yeah, you'll have to wait for us, mate.
Not even
Don't worry
single
about that.
file. Oh.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes, because my dad's getting to that age, I'll be the outer abreast. You know what I mean? Just all is well. I'll just make Dad. I'll take the outer abreast today.
You're a saint.
You know what I mean?
You're an absolute saint.
And the Daniels of the world and their little flash Mercedes. Oh yeah, you slow down for me. I have right.
Even though there's a perfectly good path just next to the road.
No, that's the thing. There isn't. Not where we ride. You know.
Oh yeah, you pick the awkward country lanes where.
Awkward country lanes just to slow you down. You're on your way to Yarm. Here we are.
Blind turns.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're on your way to Yarm. You see us.
If it wasn't for my absolute supreme respect for Southpaw Senior, I would butcher him right now. But because Southpaw Senior is in this story, I'm going to say nothing and I'm going to move on because he is a Mac Daddy. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, that's very nice.
Big up, Mr. Southpaw.
But anyway, I'm going to talk, right, question. Licorice all sorts.
All right.
Right.
There's only one good one in there for me.
Okay, so I have right. Those sweets, in my opinion, were made for and made by devil worshippers, in my opinion, because when I was a kid, like most kids, I didn't like licorice all sorts. Okay.
Yeah.
I also didn't like fish. I also didn't like vegetables.
Yeah.
Right. Like kids don't. As I've got older,
Your
and my
taste
palate,
mature, yeah.
and I'll drink coffee. Didn't do that, didn't like da-da-da-da. There's now nothing bar licorice all sorts that I can't put in my mouth and go, nice.
Nice.
What kind of Satanist, devil worshipping nutcase has thought that I am going? Like, you think of the twistedness in this, right? Let me work this out for you.
Go on.
This
Lay it out.
is sick. Because what you should do, you should not make these colourful, nice-looking, pretty things. Because you know what that makes you want to do? Makes you want to put them in your mouth.
Yeah.
When you look at licorice also, look at that pink thing there. My brain goes, oh, raspberry. Oh, banana flavour. Oh, bubblegum flavour.
Yeah.
Oh, pink. Oh, nice candy flavour. Like, when you put that in your mouth, it's actually sick.
It's disappointing.
How many
It's like,
times as a kid were you got? How many times did you get got as a kid? I think it
loads.
must have been at least 10 for me.
Yeah.
Before you learnt your lesson, like, oh, these aren't nice.
Right.
I like the idea. I would love to love them. Like,
I'd love to love them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they look great, but nah.
Feel mature eating them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, the only good one is that blue knobbly bobbly one that you've got on the screen there.
No,
that's
it's sick
like,
and all.
They're like. I'm not saying they're great. I'm saying that they're like. If somebody handed us, I'd probably eat them and then leave the rest.
You know the only part of a licorice all sort that works for me. You see that pink thing there?
Yeah.
You see the icing, the pink itself.
The nougat.
Yeah, that's all right. The outer pink. You get anywhere near that black, you're fucked.
Oh, hang on. Have you just eaten the pink bit off it
Just the
before?
pink bit,
I've
yeah.
never done that.
No,
So
I've never done
I've
that
mastered how to get by. If you're in a scenario, your granddad's just turned up, that's all he eats, licorice all sorts. Yeah, you've got to put your hand in there, and just for your granddad's sake, you've got to be seen to be eating one. And that's the way I do it.
Right. But do you not think, though, I think the people who made these knew what they were doing. Because you can buy licorice, right? And licorice isn't lying to you. What you get with licorice, when you buy licorice, it is tar-looking shit. It doesn't look exciting. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's a tight. I believe.
Side note: I don't mind normal licorice. Licorice all sorts are worse. I think. You ever had them dynamite things where it's like you get a little stick of licorice in like the sherbet?
I know them.
They're awesome.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
Nah.
Yeah, man. They're way better than a licorice all sorts.
Right.
Granted, the sherbet's the better bit, but I can get away with that.
Are you not just sucking the sherbet off the licorice, though?
I'll still eat the licorice, like.
Well, you chew it and everything.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Yeah.
And it tastes like licorice.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's not the same as a bag of licorice all sorts.
I'm Southpaw. I think I understand. understand why he left the church.
Yes.
I think I get it.
It makes sense.
This makes sense, right?
All of this now.
So, licorice.
It's the devil in me. Yes.
We should probably watch what we say.
Yes, absolutely. Dan.
But in my opinion, which is all it is,
Yeah.
the people that developed this knew what they were doing way back in the day, and there was some twisted, child-hating group, and they thought, these little bastards, right? It might be somebody who had like loads of kids and they screamed and he just got bitter, or somebody who couldn't have kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody who couldn't have kids and he was really salty about it. And he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a sweet, right? That all the fucking kids think, oh, pretty, nice, oh. But I'm going to fucking destroy them. I'm going to make them. I'm going to make them all sick.
You know what it is as well? That would make sense because they are catered towards older people. So it's something your grandparents always had. I don't know whether that was the same for you, but my grandparents always had a pack of licorice all sorts in. And to be honest...
Yeah, I think that's where I came in contact
You'd see
with
them
them,
out often, and yeah, every time. They got me for years. But
Like, you know, listen, my mum, that's where I seen them. My mum was a licorice all sorts person, and my mum's an angel.
I know.
But I'm
Sorry
not saying
about that.
she's the bad person. She's also been conned somewhere. You know what I mean? It was the people that made them that are the bad people, not the people that eat them. You know what I mean? People that eat them are just
thank
whatever.
you. Yeah.
Like, you get nutcases on the internet that like poo. You know? Some people like eating poo.
You do.
You do. There's a guy on TikTok, he eats poo sandwiches for money. Fact.
Right.
You can, you know, like where you pay money, like with the tabby guy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Martin?
Like a cameo. You can get a cameo with.
Yeah. You can pay.
Hang on.
I seen it on a podcast. You can pay him. They paid him $27, and what he would do is he got a slice of bread, did stuff in the slice of bread, put the other one on top, and ate it.
No, there must be a cut
pardon
there.
the pun, no shit.
There must be like a cut there.
It's
or
like a
something.
hand or something where he's like changing it up with chocolate spread or something.
No. They had him on the show and everything. He's done millions. He's done loads of them. He does them all the time.
He's made fortunes off it.
Yeah, he's not fortunes, but he makes money off it. They get a kick out of meeting these people than actually speaking to them on the show, like over Zoom. So like, it's genuine. He's eating poo.
Office.
Yeah. So listen, for this world is a weird and wonderful place. So there are people that will have developed a taste for licorice. I get it, but you have to remember this is from a bygone era. People had fuck all. Do you know what I mean? My mum weren't getting 50 baht to go down Woolworths and get loads of pick and mix. She got what she was given, which probably came from her nana and granddad. So this is probably the only sugar she could get. But the people that developed licorice all sorts, they are Satanists. They are people that believe in devil worship. That's what it is. Child hating devil worshippers.
You know what? I strongly agree. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're fucked. The taste of licorice itself just. I don't understand it. It's like fuel.
Yeah.
It's like what I think fuel would taste like.
Yeah. Like, there's no taste. Like, it's nothing. You know, like, okay, some things I taste and it's not for me, but I get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not for me. So, Battenberg, right? Battenberg. It was a cake.
Like marzipan, innit?
marzipan.
I love Battenberg.
I don't like marzipan. But I get it. I understand it.
Yeah.
It's not devil worship.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. Do you know what I mean? We all have them things. But everybody's mind, when you think about licorice, your mind boggles and your brain looks like, you literally pull a face. You're like you can almost remember the taste. And probably being sick afterwards.
You know what? I think everyone has 3 foods that they don't like at minimum.
3.
Like I mean, actually, I'm struggling to name 3 off the top of my head, but you've gave me one anyway, so I'd go for licorice.
Don't like or...
Like no,
'Cause that's a different category.
No, sorry, not don't like physically can't eat. Like these are things that I couldn't eat because I hate them that much.
Okay, go.
So celery, licorice, and radish. I'm not a big fan of radish.
Yeah, radish is fucked like.
Yeah.
I've got Battenberg licorice. And what's that sauce? That fucked up sauce.
Dijon.
Nah, because that goes on Benedict, doesn't it? And I can eat that.
Stilton.
I don't know.
I
If it
love
comes to me, I'll
Stilton.
tell you. But
What,
there's
like wasabi or something.
no, there's
wasabi's
I can't remember.
nice.
There is, but you're right. I can think of 3. I just don't know what it is. There's this sauce kicking
I
about.
think there's always 3 that they could be put in front of you, presented lovely,
Yeah.
and you just wouldn't. I mean, I don't
I'd
know
go
whether
celery. Celery, that
Celery's
100% for me. I
just
can't eat
fucked, man.
celery.
Rats in it.
Yeah.
Awful.
Liver.
Oh, there's one.
Liver's disgusting.
I don't
Liver.
mind. I
Not
actually
for
don't.
what it tastes like,
The
for what it
texture.
is.
Well, really?
Yeah.
No, the texture does me, and it's like, just dries my mouth out. It's horrible.
Liver.
Yeah, I actually could stomach liver. I don't mind it.
How do you feel about offal? Because that just freaks me out.
Oh,
I've
what?
never tried it, so
No,
I
I've
can't
never
say I
tried
don't
it.
like it because I won't eat it. But like anything offally, like innards, I can't do it, fam.
He just, yeah.
Like, have you ever had a steak and kidney pie? I once had a steak and kidney pie, right? And I won't say that, but it tasted a bit like wee.
Ugh.
And I thought to myself, as I'm eating this
It
pie,
did- no, it didn't
and I
have it.
thought,
Lots
why
of
can
experience.
why can I have a
Yeah.
hint of wee in this? And then you think to yourself, kidney. And then you're looking at the box and you're thinking, well, I like steak pie. And you're like, oh, but this is steak and kidney. And I'm like, what's a kidney do? And you're like, oh, yeah.
Filters
Huh.
your piss.
Yeah. So it tastes like piss. So I'm like, I'm not eating wee meat. Like, I'm not eating wee meat. Like, fam, don't be eating kidneys, mate. Like, that's not cool.
I mean, when you put it in context, there was a guy eating shit sandwiches, a little bit of piss on a kidney, like.
No, yeah, I suppose. But, like, I just feel like saying to people, like, there are other options.
Yeah.
Like, next to your steak and kidney
That's
pie.
what I always think, though. Like, we've got with beef, we've got with chicken, we've got with pork, we've
There's
got
loads.
all that. There's so many good things. Why are we trying this fucking weird shit? Like, we don't need it. Like the fucking Japanese eating dogs and shit. Like,
Yeah.
Like, no, we've got our set menu there. Like,
There's plenty.
We don't eat all this other shit. Like fucking tarantulas on a skewer and that. Like, why?
There's plenty.
Why?
There's plenty, isn't there?
Gives
You know
a
what I mean?
BLT.
Apparently, them scorpions taste like a pork scratching as well.
Well, just eat a pork scratching then.
Yeah.
There's loads of them.
It's just big sense, you know what I mean?
I would try one personally, but yeah.
I mean, look.
I reckon no, but I think that's the thing though. Over there, those markets, they're only kept alive by tourists who are just
Yeah.
like
Oh,
there's no like Japanese families local just saying, hey, you know what I fancy tonight? Let's get some scorpions in. We'll get some of them scorpion skewers. We'll just get a bunch of them in, and we'll have some chips with it. And it'll be that's our tea tonight. Nobody's doing that. That ain't a thing.
Do not
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I feel the same about the dog thing. Like, I'm the biggest dog lover ever. Like, hands down. I'll do anything for a dog. Like, I'd die for a dog.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think the people that kill dogs for food should be killed. If I get my hands on them, I kill them. However, if I find myself in Korea, right, and I'd like to go one day to South Korea, and I walk past a burger van, right, and there is something selling dog, right, I can see the meat being cooked. At this stage, everything I've just said is still the case. I think, like, this is fucked. But I am still going to try it. I just have to know. I wouldn't even all of it. I'd buy it and bite it and... Right. Now I know what it tastes like.
Yeah, but what if it's really nice, mate?
I don't care.
You're still gonna eat
Mate,
it. No,
mate,
but like
mate.
you
No,
say,
no.
you say
no.
like this is a thing, right? No, sorry to interrupt, but like if I would try it as well. But if I like the taste of it, I wouldn't bin it because then that dog because then that dog's died, mate. Like you've
I
got
don't care. I'll
you've got
do
to
it in
respect
protest.
the animal.
But I
Like
have to know. But the same thing you could say about, like, crack. Crack's meant to be delicious. Like, it's meant to be absolutely Moorish as hell. Like, it's meant to be really tasty. But I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Mind you, I could say then, why haven't you tried it then? Like, maybe I would. You know? Maybe just once. Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little suckle. Just, you know, do you know what I mean? I wish I could feel what they felt like without taking them. You know, like people say, like, you've seen the start of Trainspotting, the film, and he talks about heroin, and he says in his like Scottish accent, "Imagine your best orgasm you've ever had," and he says, "Times it by 1,000." Like, and he's like, I'm like, really? Like, really? Like, mate, even like times 2 sounds good. Like 1,000? Like, I'd like to feel the effect without actually trying it, just to have the feeling.
you know what that is something that I would never do, but I am like intrigued by it. You know, like heroin.
Yeah, like
It's-
the opium dens and shit.
It's
all over.
mental, isn't it? Like how people just get hooked on that stuff, and it's just like, could you try it once and feel it, and then just leave it? I don't know whether you
They
ever
say
could.
they can't. That's what they say. Like, they say you
Nobody ever walks away from
You
it.
don't
yeah.
walk away from it. So that's why you can't.
What if you like kept it in a box room for like a month after?
I guess you would, yeah. But then you'd always remember. You have to delete your mind.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't
But
you?
saying that, I know people that, you know, Russell Brand's an ex-heroin addict. And he's,
He's sound,
No,
isn't
no,
it? Yeah.
I personally know people who are ex-crack addicts and they're now not.
Yeah.
They have a bit of a funny mouth and they're a bit twitchy, like, you know what I mean? A few teeth missing, but they're all right now. So yeah, you can walk away. I just think it's like a proper chew. to walk away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
I
mean?
think there's always something if you do walk away. You're always left with there's something there that's like either pulling you back or trying to pull you back, or like you've replaced it with.
You know what else? South Park, how long do we have to roll for? How long have we got left?
We're an hour and 4. That was a late show for me there, but yeah.
No. I'm just saying.
How long have we got left before?
Because you've got to shoot,
You've
right?
got about 5 minutes left.
Right, well,
Max,
before I go-
Max, I'd say.
Let me just talk about this one last thing, because I had loads of stuff I wanted to, like, because this is something I've been thinking about, right? You know, we talk about things like we hate, right? I was thinking about this today, right? You know what I hate? There's 2 things. One is Sundays. I'll explain in a minute.
Oh.
And the second one is the colour orange. Now, mate, listen, I'm going to start backside first. You think, what's he talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you think, right? What's the point in the colour orange?
Well,
Okay, listen.
What?
Red, right? Red.
Yeah. Okay.
Fire trucks, right?
Great,
Red,
yeah.
red has a lot of uses where you can't, it has to be red. Most other colours that I can think of have a reason. They have a purpose. Orange is the only colour that hasn't even got a name. It's just the fruit. They couldn't even be asked to give it a name. Why is orange in the world? Tell me. I'm waiting.
Traffic cones.
They're red.
they're not.
They're orange.
They're not.
The
They're
Netherlands football team kit.
Right. What's the point in the Netherlands?
Fantastic place.
No.
Beautiful country.
No.
Yeah, beautiful country.
orange.
Lots of orange.
Orange irritates me.
No, I'm sorry. Completely disagree.
You disagree with that?
The sun.
The sun's not orange. It's fire.
It's
Yeah, but mate, from a distance it
Depends,
looks kind
It
of
looks
like,
white.
depends on the
It's
sunset.
like orangey,
doesn't it?
yellowy, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know what sun you're looking at, but my sun's white. Now
Your
look at it.
sun's no sun's white.
Okay, it's not orange. It's maybe cream.
It's yellowy orange.
What a fucking conversation.
Yeah, I know,
Right,
mate.
so you're not buying me on that.
Orange.
You're not
Yeah,
buying me
but
on
I
orange.
just think you could say it about any colour. Like, what's the fucking point
Yeah.
in purple?
Yeah, it's-
Cadbury's.
Fucking Fanta. Orange is fucking great.
yeah.
Shut up. Oh, mate, you don't need orange.
Orange juice. Love orange juice.
Again, but this is where I have the problem. It hasn't got a name. It's the only colour that doesn't have a name. It's just named
There's
after
orange.
the fruit.
No, but what came first though? The colour of the fruit.
The orange came first.
What
The
about
colour was definitely there first.
What about the colour banana?
No, in order for the colour to be there, it had to come from the fruit. Obviously, because it's named after the fruit.
No, the fruit was probably named after the colour.
Oh, so you mean they came up with a word called orange, and there's a colour, and then all of a sudden one day they went, there's a fruit that's the same colour as that colour.
Yeah.
Let's call that orange.
Yes.
Nah, other way around, fam.
No, I think it's
No.
it's subject to opinion that because
I'm gonna
orange
Google this, I don't
orange
know.
starts with an O, and an O is circular, and an orange is circular.
I don't think that's where the name came from. I think it was just that it was called an orange. And then
Mate,
they
you're not
thought-
going to be able to find the origin of where.
See, you're looking though. You're interested.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? There's
Yeah, but I don't think it's a shit colour. I like the colour orange.
no man. There's no need for orange.
What came first?
We can live in a world without orange.
The orange or the colour orange?
Colour or
It's
fruit.
actually something
Orange.
that people type in.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? You all laughed at
The
first. See what I'm
orange
saying,
fruit-
viewers? Listen.
Oh, fuck. You know what? The fruit orange came before the colour orange.
The word orange.
That said, it
comes
doesn't.
from
I
this-
don't understand how we draw from that and then say that makes orange shit.
They couldn't even give it a name.
They did. They named it after a fruit.
Okay.
A delicious fruit.
Has any other colours had that?
No, because none of them are the same
Lime.
colour. Well,
At the
Lime.
lime's true.
Lime,
Lime's true.
lime, there you go.
But that brings me on to the next thing. That fucking pissed me off. Offsets of colours. They're not fucking needed. There's
Yeah,
just
they are.
red. Why do we need to
What?
call it scarlet? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's green, mate. Lime is green. That's why it's called lime green. You don't need offsets. Like, what was wrong
I
with
know,
just
but
the
we
colour
could,
palette?
like, if we didn't have that, if we had blue and green, me
Right.
and you could fill a full hour podcast about the colour teal.
Right.
Like, is it
Yeah, I
blue
mean-
or is it green?
No, like, teal's blue, right? That's what it is. It's just kind of blue. So, like, this, your
So
cup,
that's an offset of blue then.
So
Yeah.
what about that logo?
But it's blue.
What about that logo to your right? You wouldn't be able to have that.
it's red and blue.
Yeah, I know, but like that's an offset of blue. That
Bit of
it's
orange
an
in
offset
that- in
of
that red,
red.
isn't it?
Bit of orange in that red. Like you
And
wouldn't.
this is the problem that I've got. We don't need these stupid words. Your teals, your limes, your indigos. Like, fam, it's green, purple, and red. Like, what you're talking about? There's no need for them words. Like, you just. This is the point. This is the problem. We just everything's just finicky. Everything's just overdone.
If I say to you scarlet red, what kind of red is that? Is it a
I
darker
have
red?
no idea. It's just red.
Bollocks.
I
You know
don't
it's
know
a
the
darker
difference.
red.
No,
right?
to be fair, mate, I actually don't know that.
I don't know.
I mean that. I don't know. I don't know what scarlet red is.
If I say sky blue, what kind of blue are you
Yeah,
looking at?
blue sky. The
It's
blue, yeah.
Yeah. That's
right.
the name of a
So
blue.
okay. So you're going to talk about navy and sky blue, right?
Yeah.
Dark blue and light blue. He's already there.
What, like,
Dan,
yeah, but then it's like,
listen,
how light do you go?
Viewers back home.
Oh,
Do
no.
you go like eggshell blue? Or are you
No, you go,
talking
like,
light sky blue?
Okay, so if,
a
you want
difference
it
there,
lighter
isn't
blue. Oh, let's not create a name. Let's just go no lighter than that. So lighter blue than that.
Apologies,
could do
viewers.
this-
Daniel left his colours in year 3.
Yes.
Nah, mate.
like, fucking-
It's pointless. There's no need for them. There's no need. There's just light blue and dark blue.
And
but
on-
you're talking
on
about
that-
painter, right? And it's like he's painted. You say, "Oh, I want that light blue," and he paints it sky blue. And that, no,
right, and the last one.
I meant eggshell
The last
blue.
one before we go is listen. I disagree. They're all wrong. Right, let's talk about them a bit. They're wrong.
Fuck, man.
Final.
What
thing,
a hill to die on.
Final thing is Sundays.
Oh yeah,
You
Sundays.
know why
Yeah.
Sunday shit? I love a
No,
Sunday.
mate. From the second I wake up on Sundays, right, all I'm aware of is I'm going to work. That's what a Sunday is. Just I'm at work tomorrow. It's actually somber. I spend most of the day depressed because I'm like sad that
That's the problem with owning a business, man.
Yeah. I
There's
actually don't get that.
there's no joy in Sundays.
I enjoy Sunday. We occasionally do a Chinese in our house on a Sunday.
Nice.
Beautiful.
The only thing that pissed me off with a Sunday is the whole Sunday trading hour thing. Like, just do it like any other day.
Again, fuck
What's the
Sundays.
Sunday trading now?
You have to shut
Like,
it for.
because everything shuts at half. Like
Oh,
4, half
right,
4.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've already been out and done my stuff.
Where'd you order
by
from me? Where'd you order Chinese food from Southpaw?
then. Ooh, Golden Chief. Golden
Which is?
Golden Chef in Milton St George.
Hmm.
Bang on. Literally round the corner. We literally walk to it, go and pick it up, get the fresh air in. Ooh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, egg foo young, our favourite.
If you ever get a chance, try Hong Tu with a stuttery guy. I know I take the piss out of him, but the food is awesome. Big up Hong Tu in Darlington.
Yeah,
The
Golden
best,
Chef
best,
shits
best.
all over Hong too, but yeah,
It's the best Chinese food around.
Nice.
And on that note, this has been people like us. Ta-ta, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Oh my God.